from Nvidia.com. Microsoft and Nvidia announced the companies have agreed to a 10-year partnership to bring Xbox PC games to Nvidia GeForce Now cloud gaming service, which has more than 25 million members in over 100 countries. The agreement will enable gamers to stream Xbox PC titles from GeForce Now to PCs, Macs, Chromebooks, smartphones, and all of the devices that work with the service. It will also enable Activision Blizzard PC titles such as Call of Duty to be streamed on GeForce Now after Microsoft's acquisition of Activision closes. They're everywhere right now, and they are selling. Did you guys see any mention of this? What do you think, Anton? Anything?
Dude, bring on the fucking bot lobbies, dog. I'm gonna be wrecking all these dudes on crossplay, bro. I
All
can't
the
wait. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Bring all of them on, dude. Let's
we're
do
bringing
it.
the skill level all the way down. Everybody's on COD. Fuck it, Chad.
No, that's cool though, man. That's a pretty big W.
Chad, you gonna play? You gonna play COD on your Mac?
I mean, I'm down. I mean,
The,
I want to
the
buy a Mac
iPad?
for editing. It might as well have it.
Get the
Let's
iPad
try.
CODs going. Honestly, COD
Yeah.
Mobile on iPad is pretty solid.
I do with the controller, with the PlayStation 5 controller. It's cheat codes.
See, it's
Exactly. See,
pretty
that's what I'm
solid.
saying.
Man, we are slowly stepping in. I know we're like, yeah, give me the guys playing on their iPad. I'm gonna wreck these guys on my PC. We are slowly crawling into the future, though. I mean, who knows how these are gonna run? But that's when it starts to get really interesting to me. Is when I see like, yeah, on Macs and Chromebooks and stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's strange. We talked about it last week, though. Like more games is tough because we just consume these games so quickly and move on with so many of them. But I mean, they're reaching out further and further. I like what Xbox is doing in terms of business. You're right. Honestly, that takes me right into the next one, and then maybe we can discuss both. This
Yeah.
one
I
from
was gonna save my comments for
right, fair enough. This one from Engadget.com. Late last year, Microsoft announced that it was committed to bringing Call of Duty to Nintendo for 10 years if its Activision Blizzard acquisition was approved. Now, President Brad Smith has tweeted that the binding 10-year contract has been signed and confirmed that Nintendo would get the same day access to COD as Xbox. Smith indicated that Microsoft will bring other Xbox games to Nintendo platforms as part of the same agreement. And also, Microsoft previously said that it offered Sony a similar deal for PS consoles and committed to offer the game on Steam at the same time as Xbox, provided the merger goes through. Microsoft is out there. Like, they are everywhere. And what I find super interesting, if you notice the subtext of this and the last article, is yada, 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 all these great things if our Activision deal closes. Do you guys notice that?
yeah. There are a lot of things are like dependent on that. I feel like it's like, well, I guess it's in like a stall, right? Or like they haven't been able to like close it or something. Yeah.
Right. There's still
Good.
all those debates over whether or not it's going, it's like legal or it's okay for the industry. And it
Hmm.
feels like Microsoft is like, yo, like, so Microsoft is here, PlayStation is here, right? And they're like, nope, it's not fair for the whole industry if Microsoft owns Call of Duty. And Microsoft is like, hey, what if we just go to everybody across the industry and we're like, hey, we'll let you in on this deal, right?
Hmm.
And PS like, it's bad for the industry, and the whole industry is like, no, we're with them, like we're all in on the deal. That's what it, right? They're
Sick.
like, they got GeForce and Nintendo, so they just said in 1 week, Call of Duty is going to be literally every single place except for PlayStation, unless they make a deal.
And see, I feel two ways about that. Like, I mean, I have
Tell
both
me
consoles,
both.
so I guess it doesn't really matter for me overall. But I'm from like a complaining and like a fan side because like this is obviously exciting and like people that that don't have access to the game and now get it. I'm sure they're gonna be like, oh, cool. But like when I think of these like so are like these tablets and everything, I'm assuming they're just gonna go to like COD Mobile. You know what I mean, or something like that. Because I mean, as much as I joke about it, I'm sure we're not gonna be on the same server. And it's like I don't know, like, are they really? Do they have like such a manage on this to just be like expanding and expanding like that? Like, I feel like we complain more about them than we talk good, and it's like the fact that they're buying this stuff up is good, but it's like, can you guys manage that type of workload also? Like, as you guys are going through layoffs and everything else, like, I don't know. I feel like the game is more in the shitter than like in a positive light right now, and so it's like I
You
don't know,
make a good
and I know
point.
we have more to get to on like Call of Duty in general. So it's like, you know what I mean. So I don't know. It's just very it's exciting, yes, but then also I'm kind of like, well, then what does this mean though? Is Microsoft going to be giving them more money to like start managing this shit? Is these
And
3 days in the office like
is more money going to solve it? They have a lot of money.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I feel like I look at it on both ways. It's like, oh, that's cool, but then I guess we'll have to see because the fan base you have right now isn't really happy. So the fact that you guys are going to go take on two other markets, it's like, all right, well, let's see how they do. I guess to be a little skeptical on it, but
No, I think you're totally right. I mean, I have no hope for the Mac versions of the game. Like whatever, who if you're streaming, sure, knock yourself out. Cloud
mhm,
gaming is for the birds. But this Nintendo stuff.
mhm.
You,
No,
I mean, you
I
make
think
a
that's
super good
exciting.
point. Like, but I mean, to your point though, like, is that like I don't play Apex on Nintendo Switch. I remember when it came out, and I was like, let's go. And I guess I've played it on vacation a couple of times, but I'd rather play Splatoon. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, I'd much rather play Splatoon because it's not even the same game. Like, there are some things, some parts of the experience you can't really port to a smaller, or you can't put on a tablet or that doesn't work for cloud or it doesn't work for handheld. There are other reasons that it just doesn't work there, even if you want to, or you give it the green light or you make the deal. So I think you make a really good point because it's essentially making a different game, right?
Hmm.
There's a lot that's different to it when we talk about even Apex Mobile shutting down and these other things. Like it splits a lot of your company and your company's attention, and everything that's different. You need to have different set of eyes on it. So I think you make a really good point. I see what they're doing trying to move the industry, but I have close to no faith on the quality of the games. Like I'm not willing to play. I'm not playing COD on my Switch, dude. Like I'm not doing that.
And I wonder how much of a say like Nintendo has in the game as well, too. I guess. Do you think that they would work with like that if Microsoft owns
No.
it and if they're merging, or is it just like they're just allowing their game on their platform, right? The-
Unless they start to make a really bespoke version, right? Which is what we're talking about. Then it's like COD Nintendo, which like
right,
that's a slippery slope. How quickly do you have the Mii's, right? That's
right,
what they're
right,
called.
right.
How quickly is do you end up running through COD shooting other Mii's and amiibos or whatever? It's just COD Nintendo seems weird. It's also a cultural mismatch, if that makes sense. Like I guess that you could play like there have been killer games on Nintendo, but I can only think of like Doom and like GoldenEye, like old shit. Time Splitters, they're all not
Hmm.
real violence.
Yeah, and I wonder how it'll work for the games too. Like, well, I guess we'll save
I
it for
mean,
that.
I
But
think
you know what I mean? Like,
I think to piggyback off of Anton, technical aspect of it, they're gonna have to descale games and they're gonna have to figure out whole new like mechanics to make up for like the controls on a Nintendo. So how is it gonna transfer over? Like there's gonna be some stuff that's not gonna transfer over on a technical level, you know?
mhm. That's sad. We'll have to follow on that. I feel like I don't know, not to be like negative on it, because it obviously is exciting and that's big, but just to kind of play both sides, I guess. Well, we'll have to see. That's how much money was that again? Did they say how much that 10-year deal was?
No, undisclosed.
The
No,
deal is efforts to convince regulators. So, oh no, that's the
no,
acquisition, right?
sir.
No, it's not undisclosed. I was
Yeah,
wondering
it's
about
trying
that
to.
because Nintendo shiesty, bro. They have to go in their bag for that.
This boy always pocket watching, unless Microsoft gave them the deal, though. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I think Microsoft gave them the big deal.
Like Nintendo was asking them, like, "Hey, can we bring this over?"
No, I think Microsoft went over to them. I mean, again, put yourself in their position where they're like, all right, so PlayStation's saying it's bad for the industry for us to get this big acquisition, this biggest thing that has is so important for us. And they might block it because it's like anti-regulation, right? It's like when Kobe wanted to go to the Lakers and shit, and they're like, hold on, or Chris Paul wanted to go to the Lakers, and they're like, hold on, this is bad for basketball, and we're like, what? You're blocking it
And then
because
next
it's
year,
too good
LeBron
for
was
us?
in fucking Miami.
Right, but it's like what if the Lakers called and they're like, all right, look, well they called everybody who was the Suns are like bullshit and the Trailblazers are calling bullshit and they're like, yo, we're gonna give you all draft picks, like everybody's gonna get to eat off this, don't even worry, and then they stop throwing a fit, then nobody blocks what you got going on. So the idea that they went to Nintendo, there's the big three, and now
Yeah.
two of them are together. Plus they got they're wrapping their hands around the rest of the PC market. When you think of PCs. I don't think we think of Xbox Game Pass, as being so big, but right there's there's Steam, but then is Microsoft not already a big player there? They have Microsoft, they wrap around GeForce, like they are just gonna get all the players in PC, so it'll be PCs, Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation on an island.
I'm such a nerd, dude. I don't know why. I was just like, so is PlayStation like Cersei? Danny King's Landing? And
Yes,
Xbox is like the Starks, and they're like rallying like the Aarons and like
we're gonna get all the banners, and PlayStation's up in their
We're gonna get all
castle
the
like
houses.
fuck it.
we're about to storm south on y'all niggas. Then fine. That's
PlayStation
how this
shaving
is
their
gonna be.
PlayStation shaving their head like fuck it then. This means war. All my babies are dead. You stole everything from me. Oh, don't let them take Call of Duty. After they take Call of Duty, is on. PlayStation's get ruthless.
Oh man, that's
Metaphor
funny.
of the year for Anton. All right, we're moving on from that.
No randoms.